Michel Martelly has been president of Haiti for just 5 months, and his plate is overflowing. He took charge of a country literally in ruins after the 2010 earthquake, and he must now rebuild virtually every institution. He must also contend with widespread opposition and resentment to the United Nations stabilization mission in Haiti, known as MINUSTA. In a year when sick Nepalese peacekeepers were thought to be responsible for a cholera outbreak, something the UN denies, while 5 Uruguayan soldiers were accused of sexual assault. I sat down with Mr. Martelly on the grounds of the presidential palace to discuss the many challenges he faces, among them protecting Haiti's most vulnerable, its children, who've been subjected to abuse and even trafficked into slavery. I want to talk a little bit about the children of Haiti, because I know that you made that a central theme in your campaign, the education of children, the protection of children. What are some of the challenges that you see going forward in the protection of children in Haiti?
We have economical problems, so sometimes many kids are left alone, left behind. So as I was campaigning, I chose to make this a priority. And I kept my promise. And this year we have about 772,000 kids that are going to school and who are not paying one dime.
There are 4 official border crossings between Haiti and the Dominican Republic, but the border remains very porous. What do you see as a challenge in trying to secure the border so that we don't see the problems of child trafficking that we've seen in Haiti in the past?
We are unable to control our borders. We have a few stations on the border, but again, even on those stations, we are unable to control what's coming in, what's going out. So talking about the rest of the island, being able to control it, it's impossible. That's why I'm saying we need a force. We need a defense, force of defense. When we had an army here, it's been dismantled. I think it's time that we start thinking about having our guards here who can control the borders, control the coast.
But rebuilding a military is a major undertaking, and as you know, there are people that are a little concerned about that because of the history.
Often people tend to say that we don't need an army because of what the army we had did. Well, that was then. Now we can change the mentality.
You said that was then and this is now, but people, the 50s and the 40s and the 60s and the 70s, and we're not so far away for a lot of people. And their idea of the military is something that is, maybe, rightfully something that they may be afraid of.
Well, if we don't need a force of defense, why do we have the minister here? I believe that we need the minister here because we have failed to be able to bring peace, to maintain peace to our country. In the last years, due to the fact that we no longer have an army, often we've seen people take to the streets and the police being unable to control the situation.
The people of Haiti are not very happy these days with the United Nations, but you have publicly stated that you support MINUSTA and you support the UN mission. Obviously, there have been some serious cases of the Uruguayans, the Nepalese with the cholera outbreak.
They have done wrongs at times. They have done wrongs. And our people are very hurt about that. Myself, as a president, I say that justice must be brought to those who have been hurt. But at the same time, we cannot blame the whole minister because of the action of 4 or 5 soldiers. But the minister, we need the minister. And myself, I will authorize their departure once we're ready to take over. And we will be ready after I start my force that I'm talking about, that many people are afraid of. Do I expect them to be here indefinitely? Not at all. Not at all. That's why I'm talking about having an alternative, a force who can replace them. This nation is born from the army. We born from the army. We had to take a fight to become a nation.